Hi guys, Chamion here from Food by Chamion. I hope all is well. I am getting ready to do for you all a Trinidad and Tobago Baghi rice. Right? My version of it. I want to say that I am not going to be using any pickle meat. In Trinidad here we call it salt meat, be it whether beef, pigtails or the likes. Right? I use a lot of wisdom on my channel here. We live in a multicultural nation, Trinidad and Tobago, and we have a lot of different religions and persons with a lot of different religious backgrounds and beliefs. And certain meats, they are considered offensive, right, to different religions. And because my supporters, they are wide in faith, beliefs and so forth, I don't want to offend them. Everyone means a lot to me here at Food by Chamion, and I stay clear a lot of times from using salted meats or pickled meats because, like I said, it is offensive, right? There is nothing wrong with me cooking it other than you might know it. We grew up eating it with pigtails, yes, or snout, or beef, salted beef, but I'm not going to do it that way. And I said why just now, so I'm moving along. I am going to start by getting a fresh blend of seasonings into my pot. You all know that's all I work with, so it's a blend that I made fresh just now before I started. And I'm just going to get it sweating a bit in some oil. You can use whichever oil for this, the oil isn't important. But when I say you can use vegetable, canola, coconut oil is going to be excellent in here. You all know at times I use cold pressed organic coconut oil. It's white like water. It's extra virgin coconut oil. Right? I use that a lot of times. Seasoning blend smells just lovely. If you want to know what I have in my seasoning blend, because it's Baghi rice, for my international friends, you can use spinach. I didn't cut it up too finely. I didn't cut it up too fine for a number of reasons. And I have the coconut oil I'm referring to on hand, the cooking extra virgin, 100% pure organic. It's certified organic and all, because there's a seal on it. But this is not the bottle it came in, this is the bottle I have it in. And this is what it looks, this is pretty much what it looks like. I'm just going to show you all a shot of it, how it looks so much like water. Right? I might just put a bit in there, who knows. But I already have the oil. Remember, I don't cook with cooking butters and so forth, right? If you want to do this with white rice, cook it with white rice, you can. Because a lot of times I cook with jasmine rice only. But because I'm keeping it authentic, I'm using... Kitchen smells just lovely. Because I'm keeping it authentic, I'm using brown rice. I have some pumpkins. Let me tell you all. If you have your tools, use it, right? Use your tools once you have it. When we know the right thing, it's better we do the right thing. Growing up, we would have used the regular metal blade knives or stainless steel blades knife. Now we have ceramic knives and so forth, but growing up, all we had basically in Trinidad was the metal knives, right? So now I have a knife. Well, a lot of persons call it by different names. I'm going back to my counter area to show you all. I don't want it over my pot because they are made from plastic, sorry. So these, some persons will call it a dessert knife, a cake knife, but it is known as a lettuce knife or greens knife. So you see the blade, it's serrated and it's plastic. So what happens is when you are cutting into your greens like this, that's what I use to cut my Baghi offset. It doesn't burn the leaves. It don't burn the leaves. Understand? Yes. So I'm moving on now. And yes, I cook with pumpkin in my Baghi rice. For my American and international supporters, this might seem a bit weird. Did she just put squash in that pot to cook? Yes, I did. We cook with that over here. We don't only use it for desserts, okay? So I'm going to put in my salted fish. I scald it like twice and run it through some water prior to... I don't want to get any Baghi too early because it's going to wilt, and I don't feel very good about wilted vegetables. I like vegetables as close to its natural state as possible. Yeah, so I scalded this twice, changing waters of course, and I let it sit in some clean water also. The saltfish we get back here, it contains dark pieces of meat. That's why I prefer pull-up. But I want to say, because I just spoke on my families and supporters being so wide, a lot of the religions don't eat fish without scales. If you don't know that now, you know. They don't eat meat, fish without scales. It's not going to happen for a lot of them. Right? So I'm using it because I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not saying that at times I won't be using meat, but I limit my use of such things a lot. I use a lot of wisdom. I don't just come here and cook. I could come here and be the average person and cook all sorts of things that people will deem offensive. But I try to keep it in a way that I can reach everybody. My supporters is important to me. So this one, like I said, it had the bone in also, and the scales and skin on it. So I had to remove all of that. But of course you are seeing darker pieces of meat because, like I said, it contains that. Right? So I'm getting ready just to put in my Baghi or spinach. I'm just going to put half. I want half in there of my Baghi, right? I'm not using, let me talk a bit too also. I'm not using the one we grew up using, okay? I don't like Baghi. Those of you that are familiar with it, it's quite sunny and tastes a number of things, and it's not a veg I love. And I love vegetables, right? So, but whichever one you are comfortable using, use it. The one we get here locally, I brought this locally at our fresh produce market, what you international ones will call your farmer's market. But there is one particular vendor that I get this one from. Right? Look how gorgeous this pot looks. It smells amazing. It just looks so gorgeous. Remember to reserve some for after, right? Because chances are it's going to wilt and become this color, and you want that nice vibrant green coming through. So at this stage I'm going to add, this looks so good. We're going to do a close-up for you guys to see. Looks so good, it smells so good. So I'm going to get my coconut milk in there. Please wash your rice before you get it in. Alright? That was about 4 cups of coconut milk that I got in there. You can use ground coconut, you can use the canned stuff, coconut milk if you live internationally, okay? Don't fuss about things like that because internationally it's hard to get a lot of stuff, and I'm aware of that. I'm not ignorant of such truths and facts, right? It just looks gorgeous if you ask me. On the plate there you are seeing 2 pepper. I'm going to go back to the counter area. Today I will be cooking with a bit of Himalayan salt, sorry. Right, that's it on my ceramic tasting spoon right there. I'm going to just put a pinch of it. I do a go between of a lot of different salts. If you look right there in the background, you're going to see my main sea salt. I use kosher too. It is what it is. I use sea salt for prepping. It is what it is, like I said, right? Don't fuss about it. And sometimes I use iodized salt. I keep it on hand because it's a salt that our body needs the iodine that's found in it, okay? So I'm speaking about the pepper now. This one looks, you might not know, you might have to Google that. This color looks somewhat like, well, not somewhat, it looks like what we would call governor plum here in Trinidad. Some years ago, I heard someone refer to this as a chocolate pepper, and I was quite shocked and surprised, well over a decade ago. You know, look at the color of it, I guess that's where it got the name from. And right next to it is a regular one. This is what Trinidad and Tobago hot pepper look like. If you don't know, you are going to see it live. Right, so you can say, well, you have an idea of what our pepper looks like. It's not mild pepper, it's super hot, it's heated. So you want to be careful, okay? So I'm just going to allow this to, it's already boiling up, you can see it. It doesn't take very long, right? And I'm going to get my rice. I'm going to wash my rice and get it in there. I want to say back when we were growing up, I grew up in the 80s. When we were growing up, washing rice, it didn't happen. It didn't happen because what the old school folks and mature folks tend to say is that we lose all the nutrients when we do that. Because when you wash rice, you will realize the water becomes somewhat blurred, milky looking. Right? So that was, especially if you rub it. And that was their reason. They didn't even used to strain off the rice using colander, or any other straining method. They just kept it to cook in its water and reduce until there was no water in it. That's the old school way. Let me bring it modern for you guys. Rice cooker method is how they cook rice without the rice cooker back when we were growing up. Because you know, when we're using rice cooker, we don't strain nothing, okay? so they didn't used to strain the rice at all. I'm just going to show you a demonstration of what this looks like. And believe it or not, in the beauty industry, rice water is used a lot for a lot of different reasons in the beauty industry. So this is why the guys, the older guys, mature guys, probably didn't wash it, because they tend to say, no, you're going to strain off all the nutrients, all the vitamin, everything is going to be lost. But I am washing it. If you don't wash it, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Right? But what I could tell you when we were growing up, they did was pick the rice. Someone senior will sit probably, and they will go through every time before cooking. They will get all these foreign particles out of the rice. Be it rice that isn't good, stones, sometimes a pea might get in there during processing at the factories and so forth. Right? So I just thought I'll cover all of that with you all. So I'm going to get this water out of it. The scent of this is just amazing. You don't want to get your fish too small for things like these, okay? If you are even doing oil long with fish, you don't want to get it too small. Long grain rice takes a bit longer to cook than white rice. And don't cut your Baghi or spinach too small either. Some persons will also cook it with dasheen bush. Some persons will also cook this with dasheen bush, right? It depends on who the cook is. We must understand that everyone do things differently, and we are not to bring down anyone, right? So I'm just going to put my, I'm going to just put a bit of my pink Himalayan salt in there, followed by some season up. It's the only brand I use of powdered seasoning. I'm not putting too much because remember it's salted fish. I'm going to put a bit of that seasoning now, followed by my pepper, and we're going to let this just do lovely things. Let it cook, you know, until the rice is fully cooked. About that much of my powder. This is a complete powdered seasoning. It's a really good blend. Right, and I'm now going to put my chocolate pepper. Right, and you're just going to leave it. If you want more depth of flavor, since you are using fish, since I'm using fish, you can use some really high quality powder fish seasoning. But don't go too berserk with it, because then only my taste is that, okay? You all understood that. So if you want to really get depth of flavor, if you don't feel like using fish seasoning, powdered seasoning, use a vegetable stock. So it's going to be pretty intense and tasty. You all understood that, right? Yeah, so it's good. When you are cooking with any heated pepper, spicy pepper, be careful for it not to burst, to release the heat in the food. In Trinidad, we cook with, it might seem foreign to you, but believe it or not, we put pepper at the top of our meals, and it just, you know, flavors the pot so nicely once it isn't burst. You can't let it burst once you are feeding adults that can tolerate pepper. Some persons will appreciate the heat in that very much, right? So just keep watching as I bring it together for you all, and for you all to see the final presentation. But this is how you start it. If even you want to use pickled meat or salted meat, you go ahead, right? Just you have to scald it out first, all the salts, couple times well, and that's about it. So just keep watching as I bring it together. So guys, our Baghi and rice, it's finished cooking, right? Some persons might want to see it with a little more Baghi than I use. I use an entire bundle. It was not a small bundle, right? If you want it with more, use two. If you want it with more, feel free to use 2 bundles. But keep in mind, greens wilt. Keep that in mind, okay? You want to be mindful that greens wilt. This is the size I use, and I use about 2.5 cups of rice. Right? So, but just like I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself too much. Green wilts. This is gorgeousness of the fresh ones that I use. It isn't the pink stalk red, yeah, it's more pink stalk that we grew up having, right? It's different, but I love this one, like I said before. So you can use 2 bundles, but you will have to expect that it might be a little too green. So you want to try this first. If you want to serve it to anyone, you want to try to see how it works with the 2 bundles first, right? I'm moving along to plating my Baghi and rice to get it into a container. It looks just gorgeous. The taste is amazing. Seeing lovely clumps of the saltfish in there, and use red peppers, seasoning peppers if you can, because what happens is it's going to come through very brilliantly once you use the red. Okay, I'm not saying it's the only one that you can use. I'm saying it's going to look pretty. That's what I'm saying. If for some reason you can't get the red ones, use whatever you can find. That's all. I'm seeing pieces of the pumpkin and the chunks of the saltfish and everything, just so pretty inside of there. Isn't even funny. If you look, you will see it also. We'll do a close-up for you guys to see. Okay, so it's this easy and simple to get Trinidad and Tobago Baghi and rice together, right? I'm going to zoom in the bowl for you guys to see it. I'm just going to garnish it with some pepper. You all know I love parsley, right? But today I'm going to stay focused because you won't see much of the parsley coming through because, of course, it's green. The food is somewhat green, right? I'm going to just do a zoom in for you to all to see the texture. And that's why I like pumpkin, freshly chopped pumpkin in foods like these. Even my okra and rice, I have them on such right here on my channel. Guys, cooking this was my pleasure. You all know Food by Chamion. It's all over social media if you're a returning viewer and subscriber. If you are new, I welcome you. I thank you for taking the time to watch. Food by Chamion, we are all over social media. We have a public Facebook page. We have the YouTube channel. We are on Instagram, all under one name, Food by Chamion. There's an email address if you want to come into direct contact with me, which is foodbychamion@gmail.com. Use all common letters, please, when you are sending an email to me. My first name, it is spelled Chamion. Right, guys? So until I'm with you all, bye. Thanks for all your love and support, and I'll be with you all soon. Thanks for watching.